So I thought it'd be fun to do a video on the top grossing movies by decade, starting with the 80s, because let's face it, we got a lot of classics from the 80s, and I'm very curious of where they rank. Now I'm going to do a top 10 list, and then toward the end of the video, I'm going to throw some random ones out there to see where they fall on this list, because some of the ones you're thinking of may not be in the top 10. Now starting with number 10 is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. This one came out in 1989 and grossed $179.8 million. Now that's a lot of money for the 80s. Keep in mind the time frame and how much money these movies make, because that's a lot for back then. Of course, Indiana Jones, I mean, how do you not love Indiana Jones? I mean, it is one of the most pinnacle classic movies out there. I love it. I got the box set. I even got the props behind me. I mean, it's an awesome, awesome movie. It's one of those deals I can watch over and over, never get tired of. And number 9 actually sticks with that franchise with Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. That one came out in 1989 and made $197 million. Not too bad for a franchise who's already got 2 movies in the top 10. But number 8 is a personal favorite of mine. If I had somebody tell me what was the top 3 movies for me, this would be one of them. Marty McFly and Dr. Emmett Brown in Back to the Future, sitting at number 8, coming out in 1985, grossed $210.6 million. Man, I love that movie. That movie is so much fun. That's another one I could watch forever in a day and never get tired of it. All right, number 7. I want to know what your thoughts are as we go along, what these numbers are going to be, or where you would list your favorite movies and how you would rank them. But number 7, The Empire Strikes Back, came out in 1980 and grossed $222.6 million. That's another great movie. I think that movie's underrated. I don't think it's appreciated in the Star Wars franchise as much as it should be. But that takes us to number 6, and that is Beverly Hills Cop. That came out in 1984 and grossed $234 million. Eddie Murphy, man, that is a great franchise. I just got done watching the newest Beverly Hills Cop, Axel. Dude, that was so much fun. It was a great movie. I love that franchise. Now, number 5 on the list, Ghostbusters. How can you not love Ghostbusters? Came out in 1984, grossing $238.6 million. That franchise has blown up so much. Like between the movies, the cartoons, the merchandise, it is such an incredible time. Which brings us to number 4, and guess what? We're back to the Indiana Jones franchise with Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indy just can't stay out of this top 10 list. Now, this came out in 1981 and grossed $245 million. That is absolutely insane. We got 3 Indiana Jones movies so far in the top 10 list. That franchise is nuts. Now, number 3 on the list, another personal favorite of mine, Michael Keaton is the only one for me, the Batman. Coming out in 1989, grossing $252.1 million. This movie will forever go down in history. Michael Keaton's the only Batman for me. I'm sorry. There were other good ones, but there will only be Michael Keaton. And for number 2, we have another franchise returning to the top 10 list, and that is another Star Wars movie, Return of the Jedi. That one came out in 1983, grossing $263.8 million. And honestly, I'm not surprised at all that this made the list. Return of the Jedi, absolutely phenomenal. Probably, okay, it could be the top one for me in the franchise. Return of the Jedi is probably my favorite. It was really, really good. And that brings us to number 1, the highest grossing movie of the 80s. I want your thoughts down below, and no cheating, no skipping ahead of the video. What are your thoughts down below of what the number 1 movie could be? Because I didn't see this coming for number 1, but you know what? I can now that I see it on the list. That is E.T., the extraterrestrial. This came out in 1982, and the profit margin between this and Return of the Jedi is pretty huge. $399.8 million. Holy crap. The gap was pretty tight up until this point, and then E.T. took off with it. I didn't expect that at number 1, but I mean, it was pretty huge. I do love E.T. Now let me know what your thoughts are on the top 10 list, and I'm going to throw some random ones out there for you because I know there's some 80s movies that you're going, I would have put that in the list, not this one. One I was curious about being Top Gun. Top Gun is an awesome movie, and it didn't make the top 10, but it did come pretty close at number 12. Number 13 is actually Crocodile Dundee. Rain Man came in at 14, and 15 end up being Three Men and a Baby. That one shocked me. Gremlins, that's a huge one. That came in at number 19. Rocky IV actually came in at 27. Rocky III came in at 28. Back to the Future 2, I would like to know what your thoughts on that one are, came in at 31. Twins came in at 35. The Karate Kid, that was a good franchise, came in at 51. Aliens, 56. I thought that would be a little bit higher. Poltergeist came in at 70. Beetlejuice, oh I love Beetlejuice. That came in at 76. A little disappointed in that one. I love that. Christmas Vacation, number 79. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 82. Smokey and the Bandit 2 came in at 94. Lethal Weapon, 96. And rounding up the top 100, Working Girl. Don't really care too much about that, but hey, it's on there. Let me know what you think of the list. What would be your top 10 movies from the 80s? Drop them down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Also, hit that like button and subscribe button on your way out if you haven't already. And I'll see you at the concession stands.